Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Bigger Podcast.
Hello, everybody.
We are very, very honoured. Is honoured the right word?
Honor, he's a hard boy to take down.
Yes, it is. Hardest working man in Splash, we'll say anyway. We're very privileged to have Michael Holgate on the podcast today.
You're very welcome.
Be here. Thank you very much for having me.
I think he's only here because I have his number now and anything. I'm like, Michael. And he's like, oh my gosh, he's texting me again.
Because this, as you are well aware, this podcast went missing for a few months.
Well,
And then
6 weeks.
all they did was put Alixs and Darren in a WhatsApp group and
And here we are again. So
we're back.
the person that gets stuff done is me and Darren.
Get shit done.
Yeah.
Who's your get shit done kind of guy? You have to be it yourself?
Probably me, yeah. Would have to be me. Who else is going to do it?
Oh, look, I like that attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not my attitude.
And at least you do it, you know it's done right.
But tell me this, have you got, somebody said to me, whenever you run your own business and like, you know, you're steering it or whatever, you have to have an abduction file. So say you got abducted by aliens tomorrow, would Splash go under? No pun intended.
No,
The water
look,
park for people who do not know.
We'll get into that.
no, nobody's irreplaceable at all. I would say it's difficult. Like, I don't know, I just seem to keep everything to myself. Anything I don't need to share, I don't share, because why would I burden somebody else with it? So I would say, look, you know, I could be replaced in the morning, absolutely.
But it is like a
Very-
job I used
very
to do.
humble.
Like a task that you know how to do, like with your eyes closed, to write it down. That's the hard part, trying to write it down, because you're just like, oh, you do this and this and this, and they're like, but can you write that down? I'm like, oh, it's just too hard to write down. So you know, you just do it. You know,
It's a lot of the simple
Really?
stuff, you know.
well, have you got a wee abduction book hanging anywhere?
No, but that guy
No.
told me and I just ignored it then too. I like to bring it up every so often as if I do.
Getting captured by alien book is good to have, I'd say.
Did you say captured by alien because you can't say abduction?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I said it right the first time, so I had to change the word.
I think it's the stuff that you do that you don't realise that you're doing.
Yeah.
Your natural
Your
routine.
day-to-day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Because
just
everybody's
do
routine's
without thinking.
completely different. Yeah.
But we'll get to that. Obviously, we need to...
Get to know Michael first.
No, Michael is the main man in Splash, but we need to get to know how Michael got to Splash.
Are you leaning on that because your booster seat's slipping?
I'm slipping off it. Yes.
So Darren changed the seats. He wanted to make Keith shorter in the video, and he went and got a wee cushion for his bum.
Michael was a wee bit worried about his height. 'Cause that's all he's got going for him. Ouch. Anyway,
Cheeky.
first question we always ask everyone on the podcast is your origin story, but not as blunt as that. We want to know your first memory that you can think of. We've had some funny ones, we've had some morbid ones, we've had some just nice ones. What's yours going to be?
I've been asked this a few times and it always changes because I can't remember like exact dates. I remember we used to go to Scotland every Christmas with my dad's side of the family, all the Holgates, and we all met up, and I was the youngest of all of them. So we would go sledging in Scotland, and I remember taking my 2 front teeth out, going head first down.
Oh, so
Well, I had to test it out so everybody else could see if it was safe to go down.
you probably the craziest one to try it out, or
Oh, you just
No,
have less
just a young
sense.
one.
okay.
Less sense.
I'm also fairly small for a Holgate, like so.
You're small for a Holgate.
Oh,
Sorry for
And like,
shouting
what
down.
height would you be? Like to give people context.
I'm 6'3". I have cousins that are twins, and then they have another one, and they're 6'5", 6'6", and 6'7".
Do any of them play basketball?
No,
Does any
they're
of them play
all
basketball?
rugby boys.
Are they rugby boys?
Yeah, they're big.
We'll get into
boys.
your rugby background in a minute. So that was when you were, what?
3, 4 maybe.
Really? They sent you
Yeah.
down a sledge at 3 or 4 and you took your
I
top
know.
away.
They probably
Who got in
think he's
trouble
going to
for
get
that?
more teeth.
Me.
Why did you do that? Why did you go down there?
At least it was you were, going to get new teeth in.
Well, if you've boys standing behind you, that are 6'7", 6'8", you're not going to tout on them. Like.
Them
Well, see-
big 5-year-olds.
This sort of brings me back to a story. Keith was away there a couple of weekends ago by the time this comes out, and they were in the Portrush, and they all decided to go to Curry's or Barry's, as everybody knows it. And I was like, them boys are going to be like, who is the biggest balls? Because so they'll be competing who can go on the biggest, scariest ride, because they'll not want to be
Whole thing was sticking in
letting
bed by
down.
then.
Yeah. Round the roller coasters they don't normally be on, or the Walser, or
So
whatever.
one of the lads wouldn't go on the
but they couldn't
cyclone.
back down.
Right.
Cyclone. But 3 big lads were on this, like me, Warren and Big Adam. Big Adam's a big lad.
I said, one big lad.
One big lad and
That's
2
very
I would say that. But Adam, the other lad, he was videoing it and he says to your woman, oh, which ones are yours? And he was like, oh, she was like, oh, them two wee girls and that one. She was like, which one are yours? Like, them 3 fully grown men. And see, when we were going around, you could make eye contact with people and they were in stitches. Like, but we were like, it's not the same
I
when
love
you're
the
older.
cyclone and Barry's. You know the way it pushes you out right nearly to the edge, right beside the people, and then like spins you all the way back in.
Because Waz kept saying this gets faster, and I was like, it couldn't, and it got faster, and like the weight, we were over the weight limit for that one side, and then where you hear we wee clunk every time. I think this thing is going
Game
to go.
over.
And then when you go to the corner, you all like lean to the one side, so whoever was right at the edge.
Big Adam. But he only had one ash cheek on. It was crampy. And then we went on, the beast out the front that rotates you around and then strings you up and then pulls you right back down. Awful experience.
He said his stomach was literally in his throat.
I was laughing at hard, at the point where it's hysterical laughing, and like I couldn't get any more noise out because I was either that or cry.
I wouldn't get on it.
Or not for me,
No
not
chance. No.
No, I like to carry the bag.
The waltzer ended me then after that was it.
I do the waltzer, no bother. I don't like.
We bought a big stack of tickets and we had still half them left because we're like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
You'll raffle them. We praise.
No, I don't like roller coasters. Like theme parks now are wasted on me.
No, the only roller coaster I'd ever been on was the Big Dipper in Bays, and I thought that was grand. And then I went to Portaventura.
We've maybe been in that big one.
And it was, the ones I was with were saying, are you okay with roller coasters? Obviously. So it turns out I'm not at all. The way up, I was looking for an emergency stop. Sweat was lashing off me. So
Just on the way up when it does really slow, goes up. That's the worst part.
no,
And then
never
it just
again.
slows down going over.
Yeah.
And then remember, it was a water park we'd been to, and remember it was a bit like a boomerang shape you went on.
Oh, aye. A boat. The boats they have.
Aye, that's like the wave.
Yeah, but remember,
Oh, the slide.
it was like a big slide. You had to go up, I don't know if it was a rubber ring or
Aye.
something, but it was literally all the way down, and you nearly thought you were going up that fast that you
I'd
would have
want to
went
have
off
one
the
on
top.
Splash next year. Don't even talk about it.
Hard to get insurance on them, boys.
Who needs insurance?
Everybody. No, roller coaster's not for me.
So that was Scotland. You went there every year for Christmas.
We
nice.
did until we were about 6 or 7, and then I suppose the family, because I was the youngest, all the other ones were grown up and away and stuff.
I didn't
so
wanna go.
yeah,
How old was? What's the age gap between you and the oldest?
oldest cousin would be what, rightly into his 40s. There's a lot. My dad's one of 12, so there's a lot of.
Aye, we're like, we
Yeah.
wouldn't be tight. Like my cousins, we wouldn't be close. Like
I couldn't name you some of them.
I'd be closer with the cousins on my mum's side, which is Sam, Louie, and Jason. But
We, you know what, we were fairly good growing up. Like we.
But then you all
sort of
do
hung out
different
with a
ways
lot of
and
them.
schools and
Yeah, that's it. And they're all over the UK too. A lot in England. Say I've got more probably cousins in England than I do here.
Like 12 brothers and sisters, that's a lot. Like.
It's a lot.
my dad was one of 13, and they were like they.
Oh, so he had 12, you could 13.
Yeah, of course it is, yeah. You went in Tenerife, he went in Latin, you know.
He said like that was in a 3-bedroom house too. Like
Yeah, that's exactly the same.
And they got through just the best now.
yeah, mum had a lot of siblings there. 14
6
was
of
it?
them. No.
But they were the same. Your mum said she slept in the cot. She was 6 or something.
Yeah, like top to toe in the bed, like someone's, feet was where the
Didn't have
face
to put
was,
the
just
heating
like a
on,
little
though,
squeeze.
That's the same.
Definitely
My dad shared
like
with his three
where
brothers.
like they all probably back in the day shared a bath, and you hope you were the first one in because obviously it was cleaner. Or
At least
It
top
goes
three,
oldest to youngest, doesn't it, though?
She was the youngest, so she never got a clean bath.
But that's a different life ago.
Oh, I know.
If you live like that now,
Kids
would you be
nowadays.
ringing up jail line all on you?
You'd be bankrupt too.
Trying to feed a house of 13, imagine.
And there's Amanda. She's got 10.
10,
doesn't she?
10
She's
kids.
10. Fair play there.
And she's self-employed and running a.
I don't know how she
Run
does
the
it.
business
She's,
now.
She was up with us yesterday.
Seen it
She's
on-
so chill. She just gets on with it.
she's a real water baby. She loves the water. you know.
She does, yeah.
I seen her a new thing. When we get in the splash, but it was like a bath out near the sauna. Is that a new thing? I seen her, like, or
It's trying very hard to be an ice bath.
right. Okay.
If you
Too
put-
warm.
I seen her lying. I know,
the
but she
thing.
loves the water. Like I wouldn't even phase her.
Yeah. Oh, no bother.
She's all under the breathing and stuff.
That's how she gets through it.
Whereas there's me jumping in the water and I'm like having hallucinations because I can't breathe and it's too cold and I need to get back out.
Because when we got up yesterday, 4 weeks ago, when we were out obviously the night before, and then we got up in the morning. 2 of the lads were like, "We'll go do a seat up." We were like right on crossroads from Barry's, and they went down to do a seat up. They're like, "Are you coming?" I was like, "Lads, I'm in my bed in a nice warm bed. No way into my face telling me Bobo downstairs. I'm lying here. Do I have to get up?"
And so he did.
They went out and had
3 days later, you can.
He
then he
knew better,
was-
Michael. He knew better.
But now they were doing the plunge pools. Now I used to sit in the river at the bottom of the before it was cool, before it became mainstream.
No, no pun intended.
Mainstream.
Yeah.
Love it. So that
We've
was
had our youngest memory.
that was 24 years ago. You 29?
29, yeah.
29, 20, 23 years ago.
Big party next year, or is it this year?
No,
I'd like to think you're having a big splash party.
Oh, you definitely need to have a big party.
I don't do the whole birthday thing at all.
Someone will definitely organise you.
We'll get on aiming to
You
these.
may.
So it's my birthday today.
Is it?
He's like, you didn't know. I'm gonna ring Amy Louise.
Fuck, Michael, is it?
No, it's not. It's next week. It's next week.
Oh my goodness. I feel terrible.
I don't
there.
like Amy Louise.
Next week. No, but I'll
Well, then,
got him a mug.
happy birthday.
thanks. No, I'll just go to work. I'll probably not tell anybody. This will not be released by next week, will it?
I'm
No.
Alixs and
No.
everybody.
Your birthday will be it'll probably be the week after
that's right.
your birthday.
Well,
Alixs and tell everybody.
no.
Maybe you need to give me a heart attack. Well, maybe he's going for a nice dinner or something, at least.
Oh, I mean, Emil.
I hear the meat wagon's lethal.
Meat. That is good. It's really good. I went there with some people I really like in Keith.
Got a couple of porn stars. And then we got a few. Then we got a few drinks. So you talk about primary school.
Primary school. I went to your primary school.
I never won the primary school. Not yet. Marfell primary.
I was here, Bluey.
Were you?
They're such babies.
I can't even
We've
remember
been
the
so-
primary school that was that long ago. That long. If you're a year below me, sure you're 30 then.
I'm 31 next week.
He's
Yeah.
such
Just tell everybody I'm 29.
Well, then no big party for you.
No party for
You
me.
forget your age after you turn 30, so it's okay. You stay 30 forever.
I was in the same class as your cousin.
You were, Alex.
Yes.
Yeah.
Madman. But how'd you go in school academically? You went to the Rennie though, so you must
I
have
went
done
to the
all right
Rennie.
at primary. Did you obviously done the transfer test and all that?
Got an A.
Did you?
Very congratulations.
Obviously. Thanks.
Oh, okay.
I was downhill from there. Like, no, I hated school.
Why?
I can't sit in a classroom. Can't sit. Like, I'm doing fairly well at the minute, but I'm conscious of
Because
it.
you've got
I'll
shoes
stick
off,
you to
you're
that chair
grounded.
then.
Yeah. Normally I'd be walking at this stage. No, I just couldn't sit in the classroom. I was bright enough, and the subjects I enjoyed I was fairly good at, but
You'd be very much like myself if
Yeah.
it's interests you.
If
If
it
not,
interests
then
you.
I'm like, not
No.
doing it. Like,
no. And even like stuff that I wasn't interested at school, then you leave, then you start to be interested in. And
That's
sure
always
go
the way,
on.
though.
Yeah.
You're like, if I had this at school, I could be so much.
Exactly.
But it
No,
was not good then.
I only went to play rugby. Like, that's why I stuck at school for a while.
such a sport in that school. And like they stay,
Such great community around it,
Oh,
really back each other,
absolutely.
Yeah.
because obviously I was coaching the Rennie ones in here,
Mm-hmm.
and their boys they've been friends since. And then we went to a wedding of a rugby lad, and like they were all there. They were all just they
Oh.
all stick together. Like.
The whole squad.
It's unreal. It's expensive probably to feed them all too. Like, but it was
And some big boys in the teams, like.
A few big boys. That's big Tommy, not like.
massive.
The man's an animal.
Aye. And he can move too.
He can. He's so mobile. It's terrifying.
But yeah, so you played Rennie rugby at the Rennie.
Rugby at the Rennie, yeah.
With
That's a
me
wee tongue twister there.
for how long? How many years?
I dropped out in lower sixth.
Did it just like myself?
I don't know if that stage.
Because they stopped chasing you for your homework, so you're like, I'm not doing it. And
And that's exactly where I went into basis.
That one even done help.
that's what done me. Because they're like, we're getting you ready for university. I was like, well, then university's not for me either.
I mean, I went back. I did uni then.
What did you do? Like, did you do a foundation degree in the middle?
No,
Or?
so I dropped out. I worked in the butchers in the town, and I did that for a couple of years. And then,
You ran the butcher's place.
yeah, I ran the one in the shopping centre with Big Tommy.
Big Tom.
Me and Tommy worked together as well. No, I dropped out, and then all my mates were at uni, so it wasn't much crack. And I knew I could do it, I just didn't really want to. But I wanted to go and do the uni life.
I have
Two
to
freshers,
crack,
like.
you know.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So the course I did, we did all our AASs from September to December, and then you do your A levels from January to May. So it's just compress the
that's
whole
a
thing
lot.
into a year. That was the hardest year out
I'm
of
sure.
like my degree and
Education.
everything.
Like 2 years in a year. Like,
Yeah,
that's full
yeah.
on.
It was intense, but I'd far rather done it that way rather than
Yes.
dragging it out, and then went straight on to uni from there.
What'd you do, Ian?
Environmental health, and I hated it from the very first day.
Did you just have a job lined up in your head, or?
It had a really good starting salary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then whenever I graduated, I did it for a year just so I had experience, but then it wasn't for me.
Just no interest in it.
And then what did you do after that year?
So I was working in the jungle the whole time I was at uni, and I did my placement in the jungle as well, doing health and safety. And then whenever I graduated, went back, worked for the jungle for a year, then did health and safety and construction for a year, and then Splash opened. So been there ever since.
Some spot.
It is. He's done well with it. Like,
Oh yeah, he's a
So
genius.
Splash is just outside. Well, would you say outside Moneymore or outside?
would you give him all credit for it?
Huh?
Would you give him all credit for it?
I'd have to. He'd correct me if I didn't. Every idea I've had says.
It's a beautiful even location, even if there wasn't even the water park on it. You know, there's like a wee beach sort of area you can come down and.
Yeah.
I remember going before
Yeah,
they
like
put the
the-
pavilion in,
the
Yeah.
restaurant.
and I was like, this is just a big hole. And then we came back. Closed over the winter. It was all being built.
We were still
When you
open.
lost your wedding ring, is that when there was no pavilion there?
Yes, yes.
I still have it.
Remember, you all thought you found it in my social
About a
media
million
feed.
people
It
text
was
us.
too
and
far
it's
away.
not.
And then I just kept telling people, here, tag Keith and that, tag Keith and that.
Everybody did.
His
The
wife got
first time I
crossed
seen it, I was like, oh my goodness, they found my wedding ring. But no, they didn't. Did they ever find who owned it? No.
Aye, we did. And just, I don't know if he sees this or not. Next time, say thank you. It's just common courtesy.
Oh, dear.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. He sent somebody else up to lift it, and he was just like, aye, here for a wedding ring. Showed me a photo, and was like, nothing.
Man,
I
it's
would
not
find it
easy
for you. I'd
carrying,
give you,
so it is.
I'd give you a wee voucher for the gym, you know.
Would you? No, you're only doing that because you know I wouldn't use it.
Somebody give somebody else a voucher. Did I give them, a member here, and they used it for a month? I was raging. Which, not at all. That's what they're there for.
If everything wasn't so heavy, you'd have a lot more people, you know.
You've got a point.
I tried to lift something in there, and I swore it was glued.
What was it? A wee yellow kettlebell?
It was about this size.
We don't mind. Must have been a super heavy one, like 100 kg or something.
That's exactly what it was. He's
but-
cracking at that either. Very good.
But no, Splash has come a really long way from that first time we had because we have so many events there too in the past few years.
Yeah.
That's because the staff are real handy.
Staff are brilliant. Staff are brilliant. Well, it's,
Very helpful.
They're not uptight in jobs work. You know what I mean? Everyone's there for the crack. Like,
everybody just gets along. Like it's a real proper wee family we have. In fairness, the staff are brilliant. They're
That's
all
so lucky because
fantastic.
it's so hard to get good staff that all like gel well together and work well
But,
together.
like they're so different. Like we have some range of personalities, but they properly do get along. And we've a waiting list of staff that are trying to get jobs too.
but
That's always good.
whenever they apply for the job and they come in, do they have to be lifeguard trained, or do you train them as lifeguards?
No, so I'll take on very few land staff because I can train a lifeguard to do anything on the land or in the water. Whereas if you're just land based and you don't swim, I've only maybe 3 or 4 jobs that you can do.
Yes.
So the likes of Johan, the girl that does our reception, also does all our social media stuff. Her and Hannah, and she's brilliant. But she got one of the only sort of dry side jobs. But she has a degree in marketing, and she's
so
now
she is.
studying. Yeah, she's studying to be a ambulance person. Paramedic. Paramedic. So
As
she just
in
wanted
the
a bit
person who
of
drives it, the person who sits in the back and does all the
Oh no, she's going to be the paramedic, like.
the one with the needles.
The scary one. Yeah.
The one you want to
One
see
would be
coming
good
on
to
it.
know,
Yeah.
the one you-
They're
nobody
both good
wants.
though. They're both good though.
Yeah,
They're
she
both
just,
very somewhat trained.
Oh no, they both are, but one handles certain responsibilities that the other one can't, which takes like another 4 years or something to train up. I don't know.
so-
But but do you train them as lifeguards?
Sorry, so I can't train them because
you bring in
you
our-
need it. Yeah, the RLSS. We use Karen and Jim McCurry, Belfast lifeguard training. They've been in the game for years and years, and they're brilliant. Like,
I was a lifeguard once, you know.
were you
Out in
He's
Cyprus.
trained, yeah.
bronze medallion or
Nah, proper.
NPLQ, open water life saving?
I've got the book at home somewhere, but I'll get
He
it.
just knows he was a lifeguard. That was it.
You were
Hey, I don't know how I passed it.
He got the wee whistle. He got the wee chair up, and you know what?
like,
Did you?
lifeguards taking action, move out the way and all this and dive in. Here,
Boy.
you know how they
Very
taught you know how they taught me the difference in giving them the buoyancy instead of trying to save them by making me try to save them first and then they pull you down.
Oh, of
It's
course.
terrifying.
Yeah.
It's like, so why couldn't you just tell me this on the side instead of making me experience it?
Yeah.
But did I ever do it again? No, I didn't.
That's
Just
good. Learn.
Just for future reference, if you are ever trying to save anyone in the water, try and give them something to hold on to because they will push you under the water
They
first.
panic.
You know.
Yeah.
Terrifying. And like they hold you.
Whenever Alex kicks you out of this business, then you can come and do a couple of shifts with me.
I would actually love a summer job in Splash.
He'd have so
I'd
much
do
fun.
some. I would do a day a week.
You only think
I don't
that.
even want to pay.
He would want someone to
like-
get stuck on the slide. He'd be like, I'm coming, and he'd be real Baywatch, running into the water and
Like
stuff.
pure Pamela Anderson on them.
Okay, yeah.
But if you're standing out there, like, and it's like this has not been a good summer, this
I like
morning.
the likes of today, especially.
Yeah,
Oh no, I don't only work the good days.
and
Dip in the nip days, I'll do them days.
don't know what you're talking about.
I suppose people come rain, hail, and
You're getting wet anyway.
well, that's what they say.
That was our
Better the better.
most viewed TikTok this year.
That
Was,
wetter the better one.
no, it was, and then we did one that was 3 reasons to come to Splash, even when it's raining. But you're getting wet anyways, sort of the highlight.
I've never been on the water park. I'm just too scared of those sort of
I
things.
love
I've
it.
been
I think it is.
paddleboarding
It
and
don't matter what
everything
age you are. It is lethal crack.
It's
No,
great
I'm
fun.
too
It's
scared.
hard work.
It's so worth it.
It's a workout,
it is.
like,
You see, whenever you're going around and you're cleaning people off it, or they get send you flying, it's graft. Like,
Probably is.
You are
Just not
tense
for
and
me.
hard, and at our age,
just too
that's
scared.
hard work too. Like,
This is why all the lifeguards are so fit.
I haven't been down the
Anyway,
big slide yet.
nothing.
El
Jefe.
El Jefe. I haven't been down it yet.
That means the boss in
I know.
Spanish.
Did you get rid of the iceberg then?
No, we moved it to the other side, and everybody keeps it's the same setup as these seats. Everybody keeps saying that's a smaller one. It's just further away. It's
it
exactly the
doesn't
same
look-
one. Yeah.
Explain that analogy. What was that show that you said? Father Tate.
Small, far away.
Far away.
Yeah. But nobody uses it now. We've got the big slide. I actually feel kind of bad for the iceberg.
No,
Like,
it's just sort of been like
That was that was
lovely.
your
that was the
point for a
main
long
thing.
time.
Yeah, but that new slide's cool. Like, it really is.
No, I'd be terrified. No, not.
We used to take that all in the winter, don't you?
I don't want to talk about it.
And does it be
When does it
cleaned
go in?
and stored, dried, and everything? You know,
Yeah, so we
Takes
take
a full day, does it? Take it in.
more than a day.
taking it off isn't actually that bad. It's cleaning.
And you have to get all the.
Yeah.
Do you have to dry it or the sun just dry?
No, you have to dry it all
Hose it
before it's
all
stored. Yeah. Tiles. That's lost property comes in handy. We don't throw any tiles out the whole season.
I'm going to sound really silly, but so Splash is technically shut in the winter months, bar like Top Deck or whatever.
No.
But
No.
we
that's
open
when all the
water
clothes-
swimming.
Up in the water, yes, just no
and
inflatable as
saunas.
such.
Yeah.
I tell you
Right,
what,
okay, because we're going to say like, well, then people have no jobs in the winter.
because me and well, some of them might not have a job in the winter. You
Not
don't need
as many.
30 lifeguards.
No, but everybody, they fill out their availability. So some guys will have other jobs as well. And through
Yeah.
the summer, some of them will go into leisure centres.
Some
go
maybe
back to work.
students, Yeah,
Go
studying
back
or
to school,
whatever.
sorry.
The
Yeah.
ones that study away works out really well for them. So whenever they're home over the holidays, we'll do a couple of events and stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
when they're home all summer, they've got the job still
That's
waiting
good.
for them.
Yeah,
So
which
it
is
works out
brilliant.
well. Yeah.
The first time I ever went up there, first time I ever went for an open water swim, it was unreal because you got your life or everything you need for a fiver.
Uh-huh.
And we were going in, and I was like coming down. You know, you go down the slipway and it's really cold, and Ian was like, "Come on, get in." I was like, "Oh,
You did the water be so cold.
And then all these ladies went buying just swimsuits, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I got in. It was
Man up, man up.
Yeah. But you get used to it. If you stick with it, as long as you can swim, 2 or 3 times a month, you'll stick with it, no bother.
So
But it's cold, really cold in the winter, but far warmer than the sea in the summer.
Whenever we were there, well, that must be a good 2 or 3
went
months ago now.
paddleboarding, yeah.
Well, I paddleboard. We went to paddleboarding last summer.
Oh,
but
you done the.
I've been with,
the
did the
event?
saunas and the
Right.
event. We did the bit of meditation with Amanda and then went outside. And it was lovely. The first times the water was freezing, but your life jacket was dry. So that was fine,
The second.
But then everyone was like, the second time, we're like, oh yeah, you get warmer the second time. And I'm like, but you have to put a wet life jacket on. So you come out of the sauna, you're lovely, you've calmed down, you're nice and warm again, then you got to put this wet jacket on. You're like, no, I can't do it, I can't get in the water. And then you think, well, right, will I jump in because then it's done? Will I lower myself down the ladder? Then you try it, you think, oh, the ladder will be a bit safer. And you're like, no, because it just takes longer to get in and then you're colder. You just have to just take the jump.
It's
You have
better.
to do it.
Yeah.
People with bad tickers, they're not advised to jump in, sure they're not.
No, we rather
the
they
water.
don't. Cold water shock and hygiene no matter what. Like we've seen it plenty of times.
I've seen it,
from
really?
experience.
Up at Kilray, we jumped in one time. We were up there swimming before Splash Open, and one of the lads has a ticker thing, and he hyperventilated. He was like,
yeah.
and instead of getting out, we just dragged him on around.
That's the thing. Like, you can tell the new lifeguards because they panic. And it's just experience. Whereas if somebody jumps in like that, you don't need to get into the water. You just need to calm them down.
Yeah.
Get them over, get them out, relax.
There's no point you getting wet if you don't have to,
Yeah.
No, I remember I was like what do you call that? Like
Treading water.
treading water, and I wanted to get out. I would maybe been in like a minute. I was like, what do you call this?
Jazz hands.
And I think it was Donna coming down the ladder. I was like, Donna, come down the ladder quicker, so I could get up the ladder to get out of the cold water. I was like, hurry up.
It is.
But no, the water, like you feel so refreshed after it though.
When was that March time you did
Yeah,
that?
I think it must be March.
You'd be
April,
sitting about 6 or 7 degrees there, like.
I was a really cold day, so not like if it was warm in the summer, you'd be getting out to the sun. Like it was a cold day,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cold water, cold day. But
Warm
like,
sauna.
yeah, warm sauna. It was so warm. It was
I didn't think the sauna would have took off as well as it did.
Sauna.
You probably need
saunas
another
in,
couple.
Oh, don't. You see the price of saunas?
Oh.
Like we built them, but the units that are in them, the Harvey units, they have to be shipped in from Finland. Of
course they do.
Love their saunas out there, but like,
Mad money.
there's like thousands to build them, and then the inside all has to be cedar wood as well.
Ah,
It
yes.
has to come from Canada, doesn't it? Yeah.
And I know import taxes and prices and
It's easier to just go buy one from a local dealer. Now.
It would have been, but sure, then it's not unique, is it?
no, not as maybe aesthetically
not-
pleasing.
Exactly.
I know.
Not the Michael and Bobby way, is it? Like,
No, not the Bobby way. Anyway,
the Bobby.
I'd have gone and bought one.
he's mental. Like, but a good mental.
Oh, he's a lunatic, a complete lunatic. Sorry, boss, but he is.
But also, if you don't want to go, if you don't like water, there's Top Deck and the restaurant is beautiful up there.
Yeah, the Lazy
Salt and
Lamb is
chili
getting
chips.
some serious trending at the
They
minute.
are.
We've not.
flying.
We need to go.
You haven't been.
No,
No,
and
'cause
tell you what, I was in the Remore the other day, right? See that? I was in the Remore the other day, and you know why they do is it the pork thing? It's
It was like on a
Yeah, yeah.
on a leg. Thing.
I thought this was going to be the same thing that they had, and I was like, I ordered it, and it came out. I was a wee bit gutted, but it's the first time I ever had
But
it.
it was still very good. But
It was
just
delicious.
Wasn't what
I
we
really
thought
wanted
it
to try
would be.
theirs.
I don't get the hype about Ramore.
No,
Tables are well close.
Oh, sure, so close.
because when you're with your boy, when you're with friends who are in the army together and you haven't seen each other in 4 months, the talk goes every one direction, and you can see people looking at you. You're like, did they hear me just talk about that?
Not for public viewing, some of them conversations.
No.
They're going to see.
no, we
me
need to
on
try the
podcast.
Louisiana.
Aye.
I think it only opens the weekends,
No, it's open all week now.
or is it open weeks now?
It's for pre-booked stuff, and then they'll do like if the camping and stuff's busy, they will open it up. But the weekends is their big.
Like a Monday lunchtime, maybe a day when we don't have Mabel, and we could just go and relax and have a lovely lunch together.
Come up to me at Top Deck.
Tap deck, do a good pizza up there.
They do a good
And the
pizza
salt and
up there.
chili chips, or what? Or Cajun chips were they
Cajun.
one night?
They do. They've got two
ones
secret
you
menu
gave me.
items now. The Tweety Pie and the Chicken Little, and they're good gear. It's like loaded fries with like
We like some loaded
Cajun
fries.
and you
You
can
don't-
either have Cajun or salt and chili, and then they cut up all the chicken and they mix it all together, and then they go on with their sauces, your cheese, jalapenos if you're feeling jalapenos, a wee bit of chili flake.
You're big into cooking, though, aren't you?
I enjoy cooking. I do.
Like, how much do you enjoy cooking? Would it be something you'd want to take up eventually?
Like, we come dine with me or something, that'd be cool.
No, well, I do. You already know, obviously, do you? Yeah, I'm doing a little local.
Are you allowed to announce it?
What?
Are we allowed to talk?
I don't know. It'll be over, sure. It'll be over by the time this comes out.
Will it be? When is you doing
Oh,
it
aye,
soon?
John struck me for
Oh.
sponsorship already. I haven't need to pay that.
I'll tell you, I can say it on this. I'm actually doing it on my birthday next week. Yeah.
It's not your birthday today, it's
it's
next
not my
week, we're
birthday.
definite.
Yeah, I'm doing it
Oh,
next
well,
week.
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Really, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a bit of crack if nothing else.
Suppose you
know.
could tell us what you're going to make because nobody will hear this for free.
Yeah, so this, just to let everybody know, it's a bit like it's called like the Chef Showdown.
Yeah.
So
Done
it's
by Fergal and
Fergal and John from Sure What Do You Know podcast, and it's sort of, I don't know how many chefs is going to be like competing a bit like
9.
Master Chef.
Do you know anybody
style.
else doing it?
I know one other girl that works in the jungle. She's in it.
Can she cook?
Oh, you'll
She
not
is a
be
good
work
cook,
friends
aye.
after.
No, probably. Well, I'm Splash, you see.
Okay, well,
Splash and
right, we'll
Jungle is
leave
grand.
those. But no, very exciting. Like,
Oh, I would be bragging right there, though.
There will be.
Is it just first place or is it going to be first through to...
So there's 3 days of it, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, and then one person from each day goes through for the following Monday.
okay,
There's
yes.
a final.
Oh, so yeah, 3 different days, the same day, really, but over 3 days to get everybody done. And then, as you
so
say,
3 heats.
Brilliant.
And then
And
I
then-
just free myself up about. Okay.
yeah.
and do you have to do starter, main course, dessert, or do you know yet?
No,
or-
so the first day is a skills test, and then the
So is it all 9 on the Monday? Sorry, and then all.
no, sorry, it's 3 each night.
Okay, yeah,
So you
3
do
each
your
night.
skills test, which we get emailed out to us. And I don't know if I can tell you the skills test because I don't know when they're releasing
Of
theirs.
course, yeah.
So we've got the skills test
find
first,
out what the
and then you
skills
have an
test
hour
is
and a
in a
half
week.
to make a one course just.
Okay.
And then if you go through to the final, you get a mystery box.
Oh, and then you have to make something with that mystery box. Well, that's scary.
That, yeah,
So cool.
I'm not that worried about that. I don't think I'll get that far, but they have enough to take part.
Like, I've seen pictures of us where Damien sends me pictures sometimes, and I'm like, oh my goodness, they're unreal.
No,
You
okay,
put
just
me to
enjoy
shame.
it.
Hey, you're absolutely raw.
Aye, but in fairness, your food's awful. Why do you put that up on Instagram?
Mine? Oh, that was diet food.
I love
show
Very
people
hard to
it's
make
very
that
different.
food.
But you can't do that because every time you put up the cookies, there's no protein content on it. And I want to know them details.
Yeah, fair on.
No, in
No
fairness,
protein.
you are a good cook. You are a good
You
cook.
think so?
I do think so, yeah.
We said
I'm not doing the showdown though, because there's no way anyone's gonna get a pure like saliva fest on baby boils and salsa.
But you see, you've only an hour. See,
Is that from scratch?
What
like
they
all
do,
just
fill it
the,
40 minutes?
the raw ingredients? You have an hour and a half to make everything from
Yeah.
fresh ingredients or whatever.
yeah, so I don't know. I need to talk to them about
Mystery
the
You
rules.
need to have a
It's
few
mad.
things in your head to make.
Well, the
you know.
fastest thing that I can, or the fastest time in the course I'm making, the fastest I
you
did it was
picked what
3
you-
hours.
Oh,
Oh,
just
you
doing it on
have to
half.
cut it in half.
I
The time?
Yeah. So I don't know if I can like prep some stuff and then show them
Okay,
how
yes.
I did it. You know, I don't mind redoing it and then just pulling out, here's one I prepared earlier, you know.
Oh, maybe I don't know. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll see how we
And I
go.
don't know. I can't. I'm not into cooking, so I'm dying to know what the skill, like what sort of skills you might have to show. You know, so I can't wait to see that.
Did you
You
ever
know,
watch Ready Steady Cook?
I loved Ray said
Loved it.
Ainsley Harriet.
Yeah.
loved it.
They used
Loved
to
it.
bring their own bag, didn't they? But did they get to use their own bag, or sometimes there could have been a switch and another person would have got their bag and they'd have
Oh,
got
I don't
theirs?
remember that, but
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
definitely in their bag they had their ingredients, so they were going to make. I think.
Is people allowed to go watch this, or is this all just
Don't think so, no, because it's going to be quite busy. It's got like 15 people like doing all the
production?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And then
John
they're
doesn't
running the
mess with it.
podcast at the same time.
So
at
they're
the
going to be
same
doing it
time-
in the background as if, and then come in and maybe interviews as you go.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a bit like, what do you call that other cooking show? It's on the BBC.
MasterChef.
No. Bake Off, that's it, darn.
Bake
So
Off.
they sometimes they have their hosts and people be cooking and they go around and be like, well, how are you feeling? What are you doing now? Blah blah, and then move to the next person.
I
Very
just know
cool.
I'm going to stray.
I'm
going to
so excited for it.
We're a sponsor. We might get to go try some of the food. Probably not, but we might try.
I'll make it for you after.
Okay.
Unless I lose and throw the toys out of the pram.
I never cook again.
Never making it again.
Well, all the best that we will definitely be rooting for, you know.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
them boys are flying at that podcast. Like,
They're doing well.
They're doing really good.
I've done it
Never
a couple of times. Like
never
it's very different from this one.
I do feel
I'm
it.
actually a lot more nervous for this one. So
Really?
yeah. Well, the other one's sitting in a bar and you have a Guinness. Now I'm drinking water out of a mug, pretending it's coffee.
He just doesn't like. He doesn't like tea or coffee. We did offer him just so.
I do sometimes. Just if I had a coffee now, I'd be up all night.
really?
Aye.
Nice,
Probably off all night anyway.
Most of the night, aye.
Because we all went out for dinner and then went to see Paul
I
Smith,
was about to say Jake Paul. So,
Jake,
is he like a boxer or something?
YouTuber. He's never a boxer. Unless you're watching this, Jake Paul.
Getting straight out.
Just kidding.
And like you were, like your phone never stops when you're working.
No.
Well, podcast black.
Amy will be watching this here, just staring at me. I told you your phone never stops.
He's the exact same, so I don't know why you think his phone's any faster.
Yeah, no, because
Is he
our
boys?
we open at 7. You know, and
AM?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Tuesdays and
We were both pretty
Thursdays.
shocked at that
Tuesdays and Thursdays we open at 7 a.m.
People be in that early.
Yeah.
They're swimming.
Aye, they do. They do. And then you have to be in the late saunas and stuff like that.
Like before that, then as such.
Yeah, no, we do. Like, we've some great staff that would rather work early and get away early, and then we've other staff that would rather start later and work
Where I
later.
would be an early shifter.
Yeah, well, you see, I wouldn't. I don't mind being awake from 7 o'clock, and if anybody ever rings, at least.
Yeah,
can
but
read
you
it.
don't have to physically do work at 7
No,
o'clock.
I don't
That's
need to
two
be there.
different, very different things,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. Don't need to be there. Like this morning, I didn't go into work until 10 o'clock. It's great.
Aye, but you maybe still were up from 7, but just being in physical work is differently.
Well, I can show you my calls list if you want. I would say I'm at least 40 the day so far.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that job because I can't answer the phone.
Why?
I don't know, just have a real thing where I don't want to talk on the phone.
I'm the opposite. I hate WhatsApp. If you WhatsApp me, I'd ring you.
I know.
If someone rings me and I don't answer phone, I'm like, if it's really important, they'll send me a message after, like, this was such and such, blah, blah. And if you don't leave a message, well, there wasn't for me.
Somebody was ringing me there. I just took a picture of the lights and be like, I can call you back because I didn't have the number saved. And
But if somebody rang me now, like, I know it would. I'm sure Darren could cut it out, like, but I'd answer it.
I know.
You know.
Because it could be,
It could be
an
important.
emergency, you know.
Well, hopefully not. But
I normally where ours would be like, can I get into this class or can I cancel this class? Wouldn't be
Ours
sort of
are
life or
like-
death like lifeguards like you would have, maybe, you know.
yeah.
But like, I would like today, I'll talk to you. This is not a normal Monday for me, but I left the house at 4 this morning and I'll make it back into 11 o'clock tonight. But I don't mind because it would be worse if I was going there and I don't mean it like that. It'd be worse if I was going and I think if I was going and working for an hourly rate and like, not doing my own thing, like this is work. It's
Yeah.
mad. So I don't mind it. But whereas if somebody told me I had to go and do that kind of work for somebody else, and
Like for that length of time.
Well, you see,
Now he's had a
Oh, you
few
mean, like-
minutes free in between times, folks. He's not that hard done by.
I've never
He's going to
seen
play
a sweat
basketball as
yet.
well.
But what do you mean? You would rather, because you're getting rewarded for what you're doing?
Or if it's like his own thing, he doesn't see it as work as much, if that makes sense.
See, like I don't
He
own
was gonna work
Splash,
it out.
but I would treat it as if it's my own.
I would treat it like it's your own. Like I always go to you if I need splash.
Yeah, and
Like
I
the
do.
shoe
I
we
take
go
it
for a
personally if
dance,
something goes wrong, and see, we talk about going for a walk around, and you can't walk around and see if you can find any faults. You have to walk around as if you're Bobby because he sees things completely differently.
Yeah.
Odd. In terms of what he does, he is a genius, But like I had the place, I thought pretty good nick this morning, and he came in and he didn't find anything, and then in between all the concrete there was a little bit of dirt. So now my lifeguards are currently hosing the entire site, which is great fun. Like it's a good day for it too.
Yeah, well, a very good day for power hosing, you know.
It is, yeah.
But as you say, it was probably immaculate to anybody else.
You know,
Country, you know.
all our reviews always say it's always clean and all that stuff, which is great. Like
Well, I've never seen it dirty, like, even after we have a party in it.
these guys are very good at leaving it clean.
Yeah, we try and leave it
I
as
went
clean as
round
we
with a
get, you
head
know.
torch one time after the first time we
Clean
party,
the toilets and everything to
and
make
I
sure.
was lifting every cigarette butt I could find. Like I made sure, because if we left it better than what we found it or as
Then
the
you'll have it
standard,
back,
then
you know.
you wouldn't mind us using it. you
No,
know what I mean?
of course not.
Whereas if we left
Welcome
it in shit
anytime.
state- if we left it in absolute shit state, bottle caps everywhere, empties, all
We're
that
just
sort
going to
of
get a
stuff,
bad reputation,
then
too,
you'd be
you
like,
know.
"No,
It happens, like you do get that. You know, we
Not
have
to come back.
What?
Like you aren't as good as Ray Academy. You're not coming back.
No, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to ban everybody. It's only
It's
for you
only
guys.
for ours, only our party place.
Well, we've a big,
I get
big
jealous
birthday
with-
this week, so we do in there.
Oh, cool.
And that'll be a 2 a.m. job. And
It's a cool
Whose
place for
birthday?
you for a birthday.
First can't say GDPR.
I guess you don't know.
Your birthday.
well, I can tell you, it's Smiley's weekend because nobody will know Smiley.
I don't know who Smiley
Oh, well,
is.
that's nice. I don't know.
No, if friends, I used to work with him at the jungle. His daughter's having her party up there.
What age do you think?
No.
We have a 3-year-old party
Right.
on the 24th of August if it's available.
No problem.
It's looking, that'd be great actually.
Well, when
talk
she's a
to
wee
you
bit
about
older. Maybe.
No
Not for
man.
her, it's just all the other wins.
I know about 23rd August,
24th is Saturday.
24th. It'll be busy.
Aye, Saturday.
Busy.
Last couple
Saturday.
weekends before 2 Saturdays before school starts.
August our bread and butter, like.
Is it? I?
Oh.
Probably
massively.
people go on holidays in July and then you get everyone in August. Then they did their holidays.
Like Saturday past there was an absolute beast. Like insanely busy. Like we were at capacity all day. It's great.
Yeah.
Love it.
Like what would so a 7 every day is open or
No, so Tuesdays and Thursdays we open at 7. Monday we don't tend to open until 10, half 10. But this morning we had a private booking, so we were in for 9. Well, I wasn't, but somebody was. And then
But that's what I like about your job is like, you know, as long as the work's done, nobody minds. It's
No.
like you're running a tight ship.
it is, but like I've worked for Bobby long enough that I know the way he likes things run.
I mean, he's not going to rock in at half 9 and be like, where's Michael? Like,
No, I live around me by that stage.
every day.
Pretty much. Yeah,
See.
pretty much. Besties.
First time I met Bobby, I was waiting for him coming up, and he was coming up the pad, and I thought he was just one of the staff. Like I thought he looked like like a maintenance man or something.
Yeah.
He came over and he's like, "What's the story?" And I was like, "Hey."
there's guys that come in all the time and they're like, "Is that the boss?" I'm like, yeah. It's like, you can tell he's the only man to get away with dressing like that.
Ah.
It's the same as myself. Like through all their apologies for my appearance, by the way.
I don't know at all.
I wouldn't move any other way.
Next time I'll wear shoes.
Why?
It's very well.
Those are
I say
up-
keep his no shoes either on. That's okay.
It's nice.
My feet are so sore at my age, you know.
Just a long day.
You are old, aren't you?
Just slightly older than you.
Coming 32.
Talking about old. Tell us about your rugby career.
Why? Where? I started when I was 5. My dad was a coach down at the club.
So you had no choice. You were just going to be rugby 3 and 3 anyway.
Aye, but he coached the under 12s. I was 5.
And did you play for under 12s?
There was no other team. There was no minis at this
Good
stage.
job you were tall.
I know, I know.
No rhinos.
Yeah, no. So we were running around pitches from no age, and then whenever you start to come up a wee bit, I played with the club until I went to school, and then the rules were you couldn't play for both. So I played for the school then, and then I went back to the club, and then whenever I went to uni, I played for
Was my brother
the uni
in your team or is he?
Oh, I mean, Jack played together for
Yeah.
6 years.
Aye.
He was a great rugby player.
I'll tell you what, I'm
brother a big
saying
guy
this,
too,
and
you know?
obviously this has been recorded, so Stuart can vouch for it. Stuart said you were an amazing rugby player.
I don't know. I think he's kind of underselling me.
He says you're amazing. And then what happened to the shoulder?
Shoulder started when I was 15 playing against Carrickfergus, and
Take a hit.
tried to tackle. I was tackling somebody else. Then
So you weren't up the wings or anything? You were like in the middle, like.
I
people,
played
you know.
second row, back row. Preferred playing back row, but was probably a better second row to be honest. But yeah, it came down the wing, and as I came across, whatever way I tackled him, he landed on top of me, and it went out, but it went straight back in. But I knew something wasn't right, and then
It probably would have been better staying out. And then putting it back in, maybe.
I don't know, but it was weak from the end. And then at the time, I was still doing a lot of swimming, so I was getting no recovery. Like
Okay.
that same day, I went to a swimming gala that night, and then the next day I woke up, I knew something was majorly wrong. But they couldn't
Imagine
do
back in
nothing.
the day, you could
Is
play a
it
game of
static
rugby,
either?
then go swimming.
Oh, it
And
was
did you
mental.
love swim? Like you did swimming as competitive?
Yeah. There was quite a few of us. Boys I still run around with now,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Because swimming doesn't seem a big thing.
No.
Remember
Mental
when Kevin Bridges
just
used to
facilities.
say, like, if you were a swimmer in school, you sort of were like picked on and stuff.
He says, you know, nowadays kids brag about being the best swimmer. He's like, not my day.
There is. Well, there's a young fella in Magherafelt now. He was up swimming at Splash the other day.
What do you call him?
I can't remember.
Adam Shaw.
He's 14.
He trains you.
He's different level. Like that's one to
big
watch.
swimmer.
Adam Shaw's a really good swimmer.
That man, his cousin Tom works for me, but he is like that
Not
boy
sure if
needs
it's
to be
the same guy.
watched because I think he'll do it.
Brilliant.
Not sure if it's the same guy, but we had
He's
him.
a very good
He's
swimmer.
supposed to be a lethal swimmer.
He is. He's incredible. If it's the same boy, he's incredible. Really tall for 14.
Well, when he was training here, and somebody said to me, "Can my daughter train here?" I was like, "What age is she?" And she was like, 14, I think, or 14 or 15. I was like, "No, you're a certain age." She's like, "But Adam's in his class." Like, Adam's 14. I was like, "Adam's not 14. Adam's like 17." I went to an Australia and I was like, "What age is Adam?" She's like, 14. I was like,
I would say that is him then. Yeah,
strong wee lad.
Oh, yeah,
He's chest press in 30s. Look.
30s. I could have done that.
Could have.
Bad shoulder. But he's a good one to watch. I have a couple of guys that work for us at the minute that did Ulster and Irish sort of
Brilliant.
level.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's just not
yeah.
talked about it. We were talking actually earlier. You know how much a professional swimmer in the Olympics is paid per year?
No.
26,000 a professional swimmer.
But you
that's
get a lot
like-
of free stuff. Budgie smugglers and all.
I would like. I'll have more money.
Well, that's true too, yeah.
Then you don't have to work part time in Splash. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Top it up.
no, keep them working on Splash.
Ah,
But
yeah.
they're away, like, Andrew, one of my lifeguards, was away last week in Dublin all week, just swimming.
That's so cool.
Yeah, he's good.
Charlie,
Charlie,
get the
so.
bus.
I can't believe you swam though. I don't even think of swimming back in the day.
Nah, it wasn't cool.
I see my mum and dad both coached in the club as well, so they
Summer
met working in the leisure centre.
Oh.
as
I just love
lifeguards.
coaching.
Fair play to them. They put the time into it.
They shouldn't have gym.
But they're the retirement stage now. They loved it and fair play. They were driving us to the sessions
And they were
at
always like,
7
fit
a.m.
and doing things, so they just like put that on.
You went swimming before school.
Yeah, we had to swim on a Tuesday
That's a
morning
lot.
before school, and then you could swim again after school. It was
And you, like your shoulder back to that, you didn't get it like rebroke or set. That was just whatever way it went back. in, that
no.
was you?
So it went in and out maybe 30 times. I waited in that operation 13 years.
Why did it take so long? Just because?
I got to the top of the list once, and then I was like, it doesn't really suit me. So they put me back to the bottom, and then whenever I got to the top, because they'd scheduled me in for
What were you doing? It didn't suit
September.
you?
Working. They scheduled me in for September, and I was like, look, I can't do it, but I can't afford to go back to the bottom of the list. I was like, I need it in January. That's the only time, because I needed
And that
to,
you might be slower, like quieter, you know.
yeah, so I needed it recovered in time that
Yeah.
I could, be back to work and stuff. So in fairness, he worked with me, and he got me in January.
January, the same, like the.
Like the following January.
Yeah, so
that was not too
it
bad
was
then.
originally. He rang me in June and told me it would be September, and I said I can't do it in September. Can you move it to
And you were
January?
in
And then he
hospital.
did. Get mind that there. And he got me on in January, and then as soon as he did the operation, whenever I came through, in fairness to him, he was standing beside my bed, and he said, "That didn't go great."
No.
Yeah, he said, "That was messier than I had first thought. We'll probably have to go back in."
Oh, for goodness sake.
Because
And have
you
you?
just tell me you were talking about not doing it again.
I'm not.
So you
doing it
haven't
again.
done it?
Done, hey.
I'm not doing it again. I said this, what I said to him. I've had a man inside me once, and he's not going back in. You can edit that bit out if you want.
Leave it in, leave it.
No, he'll not be going back in. Honestly, I am able to completely function and do everything that I would like
And
to
you're
do.
used to doing what?
Yeah.
You're used to doing
But
whatever ability you have.
I'm
in
sure I
that
had a
shoulder now.
conversation with you a couple of weeks ago, and you were talking about going back to rugby.
I am definitely going back to rugby.
But how can you go back with a dicky arm?
Well, we're going to see.
Oh,
Trees is going to tip me up. Trees Hastings.
I
And
was
she's
supposed to
very
take you up
good.
by gaffer tape because
Aye,
nothing
but
to go
as
with.
long as it's held in place and not matter.
Is that what she
I'm
said?
not going back to play with the first. Have you seen the size of Tommy? I'm going back to play a bit of thirds rugby on a Saturday.
I
you
know.
know?
Go to the bar after.
If it happens,
Social
it happens.
rugby.
Social rugby. That's all I need.
Just be careful.
See, when I heard about them boys go like away on like overnight weekends away with the thirds, and I was like, what all do you? How do you need to be good at rugby here?
No.
Because I'm like, I could throw a ball
You
up
could
a
probably
head.
throw
I
a ball
would
and
say
run
if
fast.
you went down, you'd probably be captain next week.
We'll not put her in the hooker position or anything, you know, keep him out of there and he'll be safe.
I'd be grand.
I remember I toyed with it maybe 2016. I was like, I really want to go play rugby, and Stuart put me at the back and he says, if you can tackle Jack, we'll let you go play rugby, or not. We'll let you. You just want to experience this
That's
first.
not a great.
And I saw the video on my phone, and he ran through me. I was like, that's not for me.
But he was renowned for that too.
I-
Real low centre of gravity too when he get down.
And
I
you, like,
felt
no
like I
fear
was
in
set
it,
up,
you
to be
know,
honest. I felt like you were trying to tell me something, that rugby's not your sport.
You can't be with Alex. Get out. Jack will scare you off.
I used to hate training with Jack. Like if he got the ball anywhere near you, just lie down, let him fall over you.
And I just step out of his way, give him the ball, let him run on.
Uh-huh.
No, I wouldn't want him running through me either. Like.
He played for, what did he play? Innsbruck, what did he?
He did,
Yeah,
yeah.
down-
Because he was a uni in Queens, wasn't he? And then he signed for
Jordanstown,
Inns.
maybe? Yeah,
With
could be.
Jordanstown.
No, he doesn't. Have you seen him recently?
Haven't seen him
Still
in
super
years.
tall.
Built like an
Strong.
HB pencil, no?
Really?
And I lost so much weight.
Take it he doesn't. He's in America, isn't he? He doesn't
Yeah.
play rugby at all.
What do you think when you go to America and it's all that food, you would...
Aye.
But I think he's really into like sushi and all that, you know, different foods that he wouldn't really had. He loves it, you know, loves
Sushi?
it. Yeah. I think he really, really likes it.
Does he watch this podcast?
Probably not, no. But I'll have to
He'd need
tell
to
him.
change his ways a wee bit.
I
you
think
know?
he loves
Get a
sushi, you know.
KFC.
Yeah, like
He's changed so much. Still super tall and everything, but just not. I mean, maybe built
Is he cat dad now too?
Two
what?
cats.
A cat dad.
Two
He's very
cats.
passionate about his cat.
Has he any
Again-
children?
No.
Just two cats.
Two, they're like those fancy, like Siamese sort of fluffy cats, you know. They're lovely
One looks
looking
like
cats.
the one looks like wee tigers, or what, like wee Quite big, isn't it?
I don't know.
You
They're
walk them?
really things, you know.
Oh,
No, you don't. No, he walks them. That's
I
not
think
a
they
thing.
actually have a like
6'4"
a
Jack
pram. I
Russell.
don't know if you call it like a trolley or a pram, but I think they love sitting in it, you know, and they're maybe like obviously enclosed in and they take them for walks and the cats
Jack,
would stay
they-
around them, you know.
No, they don't.
He's married now, like there's obviously.
I know he's
nothing
married
else,
and all, but that's still not a normal thing to do in any
I'll
country.
blame him, like we'll say it's all him.
Aye, so you just imagine Jack pushing his cats around and
And nobody being able to say anything to him
It's
because
really
he eats them.
normal in America, like normal, just walking down the
America's
street.
mental, like, mental. Talk about traveling. Have you done the traveling?
Done like most of Europe.
Like as an like that interview?
Nah, just here, there, and everywhere.
Holidays.
You probably
Yeah.
find you're probably a very good one for all the wee hidden gems, like wee coves and caves, or
Just winging it.
You do a lot of snorkeling and stuff, don't you?
I
Not
do
snorkeling.
scuba
diving.
diving. I hate snorkeling.
I
Terrifies
can
me. I
imagine.
don't understand it.
so the shallower one you don't like.
The one where you're on the surface, because I'm used to swimming, so I automatically turn my head, and you turn your head with a snorkel, then you're breathing water.
Oh right, okay, yes.
So don't like snorkeling, but enjoy the scuba
Right, but
diving.
you could go deep into the water though, then that wouldn't scare you as such.
Ah,
Used to
yeah,
water, obviously.
yeah.
So like
Fine with that.
anyone who hasn't done scuba diving
I've
is
not done
very it's not just as easy as getting in the water and just going under and swimming. You have to like lower yourself slowly and you have to bring yourself up slowly. And stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of science on it. Like there is.
First time I done it, I loved it.
I think I'd
Loved it.
forget to breathe, but that's the one with the tank, you know.
Yeah.
I
That's
breathing
scuba
through the
diving.
mouth, it takes a minute to get used to. Like
No, I don't think it'd be.
the breathing out.
I would love to do it.
You
I'd
have
love to
the
see the
proper
fish.
exhale. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
not just like-
It sort of came quite naturally to me.
that's why the more you're talking, like I didn't know you were big into swimming. Or Splash was just made for you. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I genuinely,
Like
I
a
just like
merman.
being in the water.
But like talking of, like you know you have what does the people say you do whenever you dream it and then it becomes a reality? What's it called?
Manifesting.
It's as if you secretly manifested
Yeah, like
a
you were
water
young,
park.
like a swimmer.
Well, it was Bobby originally had flown over it with his paramotor.
I heard of it.
And then he seen the water below, and then he came back and we says, "Come on, we'll go for a bit of a look see." So we
You were
pulled
in the
on-
jungle at this time already.
I was in the jungle, yeah. So we pulled on a couple of wetsuits. It was me and him and a German girl called Fenya. Darren might have been there as well. I think Darren was there. And we pulled on that and a couple of fins and we just swam around it. And he's
just
like,
a big mucky thing of water.
and it was
It could
like,
have been so dangerous.
oh no.
Did you
Right,
swim with
definitely.
like tanks on or anything, or just above water?
Aye,
Just to see what was underneath it.
set of goggles just for a swim
okay.
to see what it was like, and then came back and he was like, "I'm going to find out who owns it." And then whenever I was away working for the other company, he's like, "I bought it. We're opening a water park. Do you want to come?" I was like, "Aye, let's do it."
Did he need to clean, like, dig the big hole and clean it all out, or is that just the
Just
water
no,
that was
like,
in it?
So it's spring fed. So
But
it was
like-
no basalt quarry until the late 80s, and then all the water comes in that clean. So the whole outside of it and where the car park and all was like swampland.
Mm-hmm.
So during COVID, he cleared all of that and put a lot of it back into the water, then replanted everything.
Yeah.
Because he's big into his trees and all that stuff
Which is
too.
very good for the environment.
Yeah, and then there was like a shrub land down where the beach is.
Mm-hmm.
So he took all that up and then obviously made the beach.
So it's not like he had to, like, drain it and, like, refill
We
it.
did,
or-
aye.
You
Yeah.
did? He had to drain it?
We
No.
had to drain it down 6 meters and it took 500 days to refill.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Why do you have to drain it down?
Like,
do the
naturally
work.
refill it, or, like,
So
did you
the
have
car park
hoses?
would have been the main building would have been underwater. And then we put an overflow in that takes it away to a river. That
Yes.
it's never.
Right, so then I can't flood.
That's a
So
lot of
flooding, yeah.
work, you know.
yeah.
500 days to naturally refill. Or,
Naturally refill. And then that was like over
Oh,
COVID.
that-
You remember
I
how.
wasn't sure if we did.
You remember
Darn, cut that
over-
out of where I'm going to.
over COVID, the weather was so good like,
Yeah.
the whole time. So that's why it took so long. There was no rainfall going into it. So it was all just the springs.
All times.
Yeah.
If you this summer, it would have been.
But it was grand
been
because
250 days.
We couldn't do anything anyway because it was COVID. And then by
Yes.
the time it
But for a
reopened,
man
we
to
were good
pour
to
that
go.
much money into all that during COVID, and not knowing
And it might
how
not
long
have
this
worked.
lockdown, fair play to you.
Terrified, like he
You know,
just.
it could have been a pure bust.
Well, that wasn't all. All he did during COVID was clear the land. Like the first day we opened, we had a group of 32 people and we had 2 shipping containers.
Aye.
The first season that we were there, we had no power, like no permanent power. So at the end of every day, we took all the radios, card machines, laptops.
Charge everything,
I took
yeah.
them all home, charged them overnight, and then brought them back the next day. It
Your electric bill must have been pretty high.
wasn't actually too bad. I don't remember what it was, but it
Invoice
wasn't too
at the
bad.
Bobby.
Either that or I had to take them to the office, but that meant having to go to the office and all that. So
Yeah.
just take them home with me and then bring them back the next day.
It's
Good
like,
fun.
to me,
Every year it gets better.
yeah,
I
just
don't
something
know.
new.
What are you going to
building
do
up.
next year? Like?
Like, it's a pretty good
I'll show you
level.
a picture later on.
Actually,
Aye.
Oh, like an inside scoop on the bigger podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I get to meet, like, well, I'm not, as I said in a couple of podcasts, I'm not very creative. So I'm like, it's perfect now. What would you physically need to add? Like, I couldn't physically think of anything to add.
But you need to
Maybe
be-
more saunas, but I'm not just that's just me. I'm like, it's perfect, just leave it alone, you know.
You
but
do
you
need
need
to
to keep
always be
growing.
like,
You
keep
have to
adding
do
things, you
something.
know.
Might get some pedaloos, but they're a wild price.
Yeah.
They're shocking, like, because
like the swan pedal.
they're
I just
insanely
like in Peggy
expensive.
Park and Bangor, they're close. Like.
Yeah, they'd be good, you know, for the likes of yourselves. He has
get-
Yeah, and yeah.
And put a wee, ones with the wee tiny slides on the back. That'd be cool.
The slides are like 800 quid
No
per slide.
way.
Yeah, it's madness.
No, that would take a long time to get your money back.
You see, that's the
20
thing.
quid
You know,
go.
because they can be super expensive. Like,
Like
no,
20 quid
to
for an
hire.
hour for your family.
That'd be.
360 for the whole pedalo.
What's that much, isn't it? £800 for the slide. If you
For
wanted
the
the pedal.
slide, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
You'd need.
You can need to make your own slide. Make it.
You need to rent it out, what, 50 times to make your money back? That's not too bad.
360 times. 360 times you have to rent it out to get your money back in a pedalo, and that's a lot. Like,
You know what
considering
you
you're
should
only
do?
going 5 months.
Get the kids' water park, like the wee bouncy castle thing, you know.
No,
Insurance?
no. We went to one of them and
That's why we used to have
I
it
know we
for
did.
the home one.
we went
I've
to
seen it.
we went to a different
And it was
water park.
dirty.
I'm not going to name it, right? And it's as if somebody just left their bouncy castle out the back in the rain and kids run through it with mucky feet.
Have you been to
like
one or two of them?
One?
One.
One of the kids' parks?
Well, it's
okay.
a
Which one was
like it's a general like park, but it has a kids section, you know.
Awful. But
You know the
not
corners
see
real
the-
dirty and all.
so
You see
dirty.
the insurance on them? It's colossal.
Like-
Mabel
kids.
fell. Mabel fell twice the same way. Like her like legs went one way, one went the other, and I was like her hips, and I was like, we're done here. I was like, let's get it right.
We've honestly.
And it's maybe not worth it, you know.
I like the idea of getting something for the younger kids, but not one of them.
No, it
Aye.
was so bad, so bad.
No, it was very.
I'll
disappointing.
text them.
And it was so dirty. Like there was like dead rodents and everything in every corner.
rodents.
Not rodents, you know, like
Insects.
Like insects.
That's
probably
not a
better
rodent.
word.
What's a rodent?
Like a mouse.
A mouse or a rat or a squirrel.
Well, maybe it
Technically,
wasn't far off, so it wasn't that bad.
Okay, not a rodent then. Dead
No,
things.
it's just disappointing, you know.
yeah, thanks.
Aye, wouldn't recommend it to anybody. And it's such a drive too.
Tis.
Like you text me, you were raging with that, and then I was raging at you for something the next day. I was like, don't even go talk.
Oh, it was another gym where it splashed.
yeah. That's our water park that we do.
Yeah.
I re-splashed. Do you know what I mean?
I would say we've got at least 12 gyms this year.
Duma.
Copy on us.
Everything. Well, no, you guys don't do CrossFit. We've had 3 or 4 different CrossFit gyms up, like using the beach area and stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What about that time I used the beach? Was it the first gym to do it?
No.
Was it not? That's not what I like to hear.
You're probably the first place to use like the manor house and all.
Aye, so up yours.
Did you see the H2O rocks? We did
No, but
yesterday?
I've only seen the picture because Amy Louise tagged me in it, but I didn't see videos of it.
I
Have
see
you
what-
video of it?
They're editing the video at the minute, but I can show you what we do have. But it was brilliant. Brilliant.
But he's
How
gonna
does
run it as an
H2O
event?
rocks.
No, we use 16 of our lifeguards for it. Yeah.
But they'd be
just-
great swimmers. Imagine normal people trying to swim.
we only did the swimmers the last bit.
Okay.
Because I've guys that aren't swimmers as well.
Okay.
So they had to just keep running. But Amy organised the stuff on the land, and you had your burpee broad jumps and
That's so cool.
Time she had a wee certification under her belt.
I said there. I told her. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think it'd be a class event up there.
So you did some of the high rock stuff on land, and obviously it was a swim instead of a run.
Yeah. Am I allowed my phone now? I'll tell you exactly what we're
Yes,
doing.
of course.
Thanks, Mom.
Am I allowed?
You're allowed.
Everything running smoothly at Splash. We're all good.
That's good. Well, I think he's good for another
Somebody text you that?
15
Yeah.
minutes.
Just a wee bit of reassurance.
No, I told them before I left that.
See, I like that wee bit of
Message.
reassurance too. I'd go onto like our app and like make sure like everyone's turned up for class or whatever. But then you go onto that and like, no one's bothered to check anybody in. Is anyone at class? Who knows?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I
Can't really get good
It
stats.
was on me.
I tell them as well,
I'm
if
not
something
perfect
goes
today.
wrong, if something goes wrong, you ring me straight away, because there's nothing worse than walking into work and
Aye,
realizing
you'd be
something's
blindsided,
happened.
I know.
Yeah. So we did 200-meter burpee broad jumps, 400
That's
meter.
far.
Long.
Yeah, it is.
That's
But they were
hard.
in pairs, like.
That's still far
Still,
from it.
Head Rocks is only 80 meters.
It's really far.
Really, really far.
It's only 80 meters.
Yeah.
Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that.
It is.
We did. I was using a 25
me.
meter track, and they all had to do 8 laps,
That's
200 meters.
graft.
So then 200 meter
Sorry,
burpee broad
people,
jumps,
it's flash.
400 meter run, 200 meter lunges, 400 meter run, 200 meter bear crawl, 400 meter run. 100 meter.
No.
Now, at this stage,
We
we
don't wanna
realized
do
this
yours.
might be too much, so we only did 100 meter squat jumps, then 150 meter run, 100 meter swim to finish it as a sprint.
That's hard.
And they had to stick with their partner the whole time. Apart
Aye, well,
from
that's
the
fair.
swim.
High Rocks you do too.
Yeah, the swim was just a straight sprint.
Aye, fast.
No, I made this one together too.
Aye, but then you see ones that don't swim and the ones that do swim, whereas if it was a sprint. But it was great fun, great crack. I didn't do it, so I had the best day ever.
That's hard work.
That is
I'd
hard
love to
work.
see you
But you
do-
know, I was amazed. They were
they had fun,
brilliant.
like, they really enjoyed
They
it.
were honestly fantastic at it.
Oh my
it's-
goodness! You know, I just realised.
What?
You know, because he's going to go back to rugby. I'm going to get him to do high rocks.
No, threes.
They're not doing
They're
a fitness
gonna-
test.
No.
Yeah.
It's social rugby.
It's so
It's social rugby. The ones and twos train together, the threes don't.
Well, I'm thinking that H2 rocks. It's you know, the distances are very similar. We're going to do the toughest mile in a couple of weeks.
Aye,
So
you
that'll-
was telling me.
see me doing it.
That's, yeah.
I think she'd really enjoy it. You know,
That sounds.
you
I'm not being funny. How could you enjoy that?
It's
well, it's not
technically
far
fun.
off yours. You know.
It's
what?
fun. It's
What's-
hard at the time, but after you're like,
You'd be
oh,
buzzing,
that was
you know.
After that, I would be on some sort of hospital bed.
And they're
Probably
going
getting
to
shoulders put back in.
do, some will do it in partners, some will do it in singles. But I think it'll be really good, a fun event.
Like,
Like we didn't make it
It's
up,
just
someone
not
else
really
made it up. But
I found it on the internet and I was like, we'll do that.
I'd seen it. Was it an American fella did
Aye.
it? Yeah.
I was
like 400 meters is long. Like you think that 200 was hard, 250.
But imagine the cramp for the sprint at the end too.
that's why I can't wait to see everyone run like bam.
It'll be the slowest sprint. I'm like, can you move it? But then it'll be real like slow mo. Like, you know, they'll just be racked.
My staff
The
this
bear crawl will
morning,
kill them.
I couldn't work it out. They all started walking around the front of the building, and they always come down the steps into the back.
Oh,
they
I
yes,
couldn't work it
no,
out.
the
But none of them could do
stairs,
stairs.
Legs done.
The toilet probably will be much better if you can't go downstairs. Sit down the toilet
Hopefully
really
there's
hard.
no emergencies on that. So,
Oh, it's all right. They're all fit as a fiddle.
Yeah. No, you're probably not off on the Saturday, but if you were, you should come down and watch me, and I'll do that.
I would try and scoot down, yeah, because I'd like to see
Should be
it.
good fun, you know.
what is your day off?
Sunday? No day? No, you probably work Sundays.
I had
October.
the 23rd of June off, and then I had 2 days for a funeral last week, and then tomorrow, well, I'll go in the morning, and then I'll be back on Wednesday evening. But that's the first time I've ever taken a day off in August since Splash opened.
Mad.
I can enjoy it.
But it's
No,
you enjoy
yeah,
it.
you
don't
don't
mind.
know. You
Yeah,
don't
well,
see it
that's
as
it.
work as such, you know.
No, I don't. You know, and I enjoy the people I work with and all that
That's
stuff.
half the battle. Like.
Good when you get to pick them.
I'll keep good days and bad days, the same as everything.
Yeah,
And there's
yeah.
times that you're sort of a bit like, okay, I'm ready to go home now.
It's like
but-
any job.
Yeah, that's it. You're going to get it everywhere, but I genuinely do really enjoy it.
And it means so much, like when it's like that.
Yeah, it's not really work.
No, and I would love to.
And the good days, you know, like you have a lovely job and the good weather, though. I
Ah.
suppose in the bad weather you can stand inside.
But the only thing is, whenever the good weather comes, all these people come. I
No, yeah. You're like,
Not a big fan of that.
yeah. I guess you have so many every hour, like what
Yeah.
coming. So at least then, if someone's a real dick for an hour,
I
then
would-
they leave. You know.
No, they don't. That's the thing when the sun comes out, because then they want a paddleboard, and then they want a kayak, and then they want a
they do.
sauna, and then they want to stay on the beach, and then you need a bigger car park.
I remember when I was taking them boys over, we were doing that 55-hour thing, keeping them awake and all that sort of stuff. And we had finished. I remember I rang you and I was like, because one of the lads said his biggest fear is open water, and I was like, I know a guy who had got a big lake,
Big hole in
big
the
hole in the
ground.
ground. I rang and brought them, and we went over, set up, and they came over on a minibus, and they drove into the car park of the water park, and they were buzzing. They thought they were getting on the water
Oh,
park.
that's not fair.
And then we hammered them and tried to drown them.
I was genuinely worried at a point, like,
I was getting a bit concerning, like when they're treading water to see who would be the last one standing, and they wouldn't come back in. And one guy just kept going under and then coming back up.
popping up.
I was like, "You get in now." And it was.
I think one boy couldn't swim.
I couldn't. It was. Oh, one lad was on his tiptoes. You know where and he was
the
like,
drop
"I'm swimming." I was like, "Well, swim more that way." And he's like, "I can't."
Can't swim. That's why we cut the last when we were doing the squat jumps yesterday. We cut it from 200 meters to 100 meters because I was like, it's going to look real bad if I've like 10 drowned lifeguards by the end of this year.
That would make the news.
Well, if they found them.
It's a big quarry.
Ah,
You can't
Steve.
find wedding rings in it, you know, they might not find people.
But it's very clean too.
It is crystal clear.
I think, yeah, that one time we went paddleboard and, like, you know, you can see, like, it's not, it was lovely.
I was told when I
Water
got
was
my
nice.
ear surgery that I could never parachute or scuba dive again. But I'd really love to go into that plane directly down there, you know. No, but a lot of people know there's a plane.
But
down
maybe
the
you can
bottom.
only not allowed to go certain depth, maybe.
Maybe ring
It's
that.
14 meters.
It's down 14 meters.
Yeah, but if you get down 7, you could see it.
And where did it
No,
come
I
from?
Enniskillen. Crash landed in Enniskillen. And then
Bobby bought it.
they gutted it, and then Bobby bought it. We need to get down to it. I want to put a wee skeleton with one of them old war hats on it.
That's pretty cool. Like, yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, fun. The only thing is, because of where it's lying, we pushed a lot of that land that was on the beach in, so it's quite silty. So if you're down there with people who can't control their buoyancy well, if they kick the sand,
Oh, it goes down.
you're invisible, you know.
Oh, that's dangerous.
But it is cool, like, it's really cool.
Well, I told you, just hit you just pull the wee thing, is it? And it fills up your jacket again.
Oh, and then you raise the top then?
Yep.
Well, that's just to try
okay.
to pull it for the crack and send you up and kill you. Well, not, it would kill you, like, if you up too fast.
Well, it depends on what depth you're at.
But maybe not at 14 meters.
If you're ever diving around crabs, the funniest thing you can do underwater is nip somebody, like. They just
Oh, and
freak
then
out.
if he gets a crab, nip him because he hates crabs.
Terrified of crowds.
Oh, yeah.
He would have
Really?
an absolute
I don't go to the sea at
stroke.
all. Like,
Honestly.
Verde. When we were in Barcelona, took me in like 3 or 4 times and I was shaking it.
Now, the Barcelona beach is really, really bad. So it's like stony to get in. So you're nearly like, your feet are
Not
like
me.
absolute agony. And then there's a big, massive drop. And then once you get past the drop, like it's the sand or silt and everything, you know, but it's not
So you're
great
hobbling
beach, like.
in and then the waves are clean.
And really strong waves. You can barely, you have to nearly crawl out of the
I
beach.
got my name elbow just trying to keep me up because it caught me and I was holding her.
Strong
and I was
hands,
trying to
yeah.
hold her up and I was getting, they were all just
Getting
sitting eating
pummeled.
lays and
They're
drinking
good
juice.
crisps and all
Fanta.
this, so.
And I came back out and soaked and they're covered in blood and they were like, what happened? You're like, don't talk to me. The wind's on it, by the way.
Also oblivious to, you know.
She wasn't
Was very
oblivious when your man walked by butt naked, though, were you?
Don't
Okay,
you
sure.
It was one of them beaches. wasn't
No, it
it?
wasn't.
No, but
they were
there's
just
a few
taking it upon
voices.
themselves to
Right.
do that, you know.
As confident as you like.
Any beach is a nudie beach if you're confident. Like.
There's 3 or 4 of them, you know, maybe 4, maybe.
You haven't had that issue up with Splash, have you?
There has never been the general public in whenever there is people nude, no. But we have had a few
You just don't know who you might offend.
Dip in the nips.
dip in the nips, organised in a safe and professional environment. Yes.
Some people are into that sort of thing.
They are, yeah.
Some people are not, so we keep them apart.
Yeah, yeah. yeah.
How do you conduct yourself in that? Do you just have to like, look above it or look in the eyes? Or
Being on a paddleboard out in the water in case somebody disappears on you. Great fun. We had to pull a guy out one time.
No way.
Yeah.
pull a guy out of
water.
Out of the water. We
Stop it.
grabbed him by the arm and had to take him up onto the paddleboard and paddle him out.
Lovely.
Splash the same, you know, you get shallow and then the drop off.
the slipway. Or no, the beach.
At the beach.
Aye.
He couldn't swim. So he had a toe float on him.
Mm.
So the way we said to people is you need to have something on you, either a jacket. If you can't swim, put a jacket on you. It'll be
That's to
better
get
for
to
you.
nudity.
He's like, I can swim. You know, I can definitely swim. Can't swim, as it turns out. You know.
I remember we put Sammy out. We didn't have a reference point for them to people to swim around and come back in because that was like part of the. They were part of the beach where these ones swam round, but the nearest thing was too far away. So we gave Sammy a pink toe float and he was sitting out. And when he came in, he was shaking.
Aye, it's cold.
And I was like, mate, we're not finished. He's like, I'm not going back out. He wouldn't go back out. That's when we made them go out and tread water for as long as they could.
Just right too.
The only thing that's real hard, the slipway is real, obviously by the name is super slippy.
Oh, it is, yeah.
You know,
but there's
but-
there's nothing you can do about
No,
that. We've
just-
tried brushes and all sorts of stuff on it. It's
Is it not supposed to be slippery though?
that's why it's called a slipway.
Yeah.
You know, and then
Aye, but then it makes you go in real fast. You're like, oh, I can't go into the cold. You know, I suppose it's good in a way because you can't go in slow to the water. You have to nearly go
I know,
fast with the
pussyfoot,
slipway. You know,
right? Hey,
we put handrails in now.
Yeah, well,
so we can
it slows you down a wee bit, you know, but you're just better going
Momentum.
on in and worrying about it
go
when you get in the water.
But this time of the year is 100%. Like our water's at 18 degrees at the minute. It's quite nice actually.
That's bath water, that.
Oh, tropical, too warm.
Go up.
For them, if you're 12 or 13 brothers sisters, that'd be lovely.
We should go up.
I know we haven't been in ages.
One up today.
Truly.
Oh, you're flat out until 11.
I know, working in basketball. Busy week.
Would you not play basketball? That'd be less on your shoulders. And you've got the height.
Would it be? I broke a finger playing basketball.
She did.
Shoulder mine.
Thought it was Steve's 4 weeks before you went on
I'm
the
too old to be starting new sports at this stage. Like basketball's more like a retirement sport, isn't it?
So right up your street. And
I would need to be.
if I was you, I would rather you play basketball than go back to rugby.
It's non-contact, isn't it?
Non-contact, but contact, if that makes sense.
She broke she blackened a toe and broke a finger
In one match.
You seen match? Training.
See, women are wicked.
Oh, they're so wicked.
Yeah.
Just competitive.
I went up and watched and I was like, I would never play with
It's
him. You're
mad.
losing eye, like.
You ever see camogie and stuff like
Oh,
that?
they're
Like,
just rough, like-
they're mental,
I know,
insane.
Hard work, that them sports.
I'll come play basketball whenever you come play rugby.
Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
nah.
He won't have time to go play rugby. You'll be safe enough.
Okay.
Up a shit. What day is his training?
What
Should we
days?
take 'em on
What days are you
Tuesdays?
not free? No, Thursday evening. If you're just looking for a social rugby, Thursday evening.
Is that in the thirds, right?
Yeah.
Who coaches the thirds?
Depends.
Whose turn it is?
Just we run around.
Last year was Stevie Fields, and then I'm not sure if he's back again this year. I haven't been able
Is
to
it
get out
proper
yet.
social rugby though? You're just there for
Or is it more
crack.
touch rugby?
Okay. Well, they're there for the crack, but also there to win. Like they want, it's not.
I still want to win the
Aye.
or shield or whatever.
Yeah. you know, but
So you
it
still have
is.
to play.
And then you've got that combination of the guys coming up through that are just moving into senior rugby, and then you've got the guys who used to
Are on
play
their
for
way
the
back
first,
down.
and you
Yeah.
know,
Aye, they're just meeting it.
immensely talented
words
guys.
collide,
Like,
huh?
you know, there's some fantastic players on it as well.
Aye, that are just maybe coming to the end of their time and, you know, not to still play.
Yeah,
You know.
or like yourselves, you know, that have young kids or something and
And the
can't
time
commit to be
commitment, you know.
playing. Yeah, so they just want to just let the boys play. You know,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it's for you.
you're too pretty, really.
Oh,
like,
you
aren't
took it where I was about to say, you know, you
Wee
might want to break your
quiffing all.
nose or something, you know.
Don't give me the eyebrows. That means he's my lie detector.
You'd definitely be
He
at
wouldn't
back
bring it
anyway.
up as much as maybe we would.
But darn.
Darn, he'd not tell you lies.
He tells you to go on it when your bank card declines, you know.
No, sort that out.
But happened once.
A bad time, Darn. It's been a bad time.
Mortified. But we'll not keep much longer because we have to go back to work.
I know. Well, you have to go back to work too.
Yeah. Have you anything you want to share with the
Well,
general
this is
public?
big. He's going to be a world-renowned
To our-
chef in 2 weeks.
To our 600 listeners.
Is it 600
600 active listeners.
active listeners? Amy has it on the Alexa
Yeah.
all the time.
I should be.
When you're talking about active listeners, follow the Instagram page for fuck's sake.
Yeah, no, it's not as maybe well known. We only recently started it.
You have an Instagram?
We only recently started it. Though.
We should start at the start, but too many Instagrams.
Ree must have loads of followers though.
Don't know.
Like he's got a lot of members. Thousands.
Thousands.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no,
And we're still
recently-
offering our 30-day trial for
it free?
£97.
30-day free trial.
No.
Some people do still think it's free. They're like, oh,
Seriously?
we used to do a 7-day free trial.
Right.
People would take it and they never turn up because it's free. So I was like, nah, there's 30 for £97. Come and use it.
It's not bad in the value, like.
And then they
Nothing.
like it or they don't, you know.
Yeah, I like
They
it.
get a good. They can choose between any classes the whole month, you know, so they can get a real variety.
I can't believe, honestly, how well finished the place is, like.
You think so?
And it is immaculate. It's the wee things, you know, that yous have done. You know, like the rebranding on a few things and that light, backlight.
Oh, yeah, it's a nice
on the
light.
Did you see my
chipboard
vending
and
machine?
stuff. And right
Oh, you
to
maybe
the
had-
left.
It
I did.
says refuel on it.
Refuel.
You like that?
I like that there. You know, even the stickers on that there and stuff. It's nice. On the roller
Yeah.
door.
But this was our original site, and because it was so small, you had to be very pernickety about it.
This was the whole thing.
Yeah,
was the
this is
whole
this. Yeah,
Oh,
as if that was a wall.
And we
you
took that
couldn't
door
walk
out
through.
and brought them in there. We took a door out on Saturday and started in there on the Monday.
fair play to you. As you do.
It took a long time to get the other side sorted. Like,
I had that slipped in 3
but
weeks.
you had to get it.
Getting it was a
Getting
nightmare.
it was a nightmare.
In there.
Aye.
Who was in there?
It was so it was a charity not using it, and then obviously they had a board of directors who had all left over COVID, but obviously the charity was still paying the rent. So
Right.
the landlord was happy enough, but then we had to put pressure from every direction and be like, this isn't being used, we're growing, we're expanding, we might have to leave and go to a different location.
And just remind them you're not going to lose money. You're just going to get it from someone different.
Yeah.
As such, you know.
And then the whole thing came together and they came to an agreement that that was all like units or all different rooms and stuff.
And had stairs.
And then they were like, it has to be put back to scratch. And then that's where the charity hit a wall where they were like, well, we haven't got the necessity.
manpower.
So
Yeah.
me and Samuel and my dad and Christy and Connor and my nephew and everything went in with sledgehammers and couped everything.
That's the way to do it.
Dug it out in a week.
Yeah.
And then everything, you know, where you have everything lined up and then everything falls down ours. So
Yeah.
we were supposed to get a spray paint at first, like all painted. But then he was held up by like 4 days. So we had the floor down. And that turned into an absolute mess.
Trying to
Oh,
protect the floor to get the painting done.
that's the same as the house we live in now. He put down a brand new white tile floor and then sprayed the walls.
Aye.
You spraying the house, inside the house?
I didn't spray it. The boy who owns it did.
It is quicker, I suppose, if you. But it's obviously only ideal if you have concrete floor before you put your floor in.
Aye, well, that's it.
I
Yeah.
didn't
You know
spray
what
gun
I-
ever on the end of it.
I do like a wee bit of
Damn
spraying.
good spray gun.
just for fences and all
so
too.
it cost the same.
Why do you not spray it?
I just got a boy to spray it for me, but I had to buy the sprayer and all. Jason, my cousin. But he was like, just go rent one. But it was like £60 extra just to buy it. So I was like, I'll just
And
buy
then
one.
we'll always have it to fill in. We
So you had the sprayer, but you needed Jason to spray it. Why?
Because he's...
No.
Because it wouldn't be done right.
He has a sprayer.
I spray
spray
cars.
cars and everything.
Right.
I spray.
But he doesn't have a sprayer.
He did. No, it was the guy who he worked for had the spray.
Right, okay.
Don't confuse me.
But he didn't work for that guy when we opened the next door.
All right. Okay.
Because when
So we
sprayed
have a
this side-
sprayer, long story short.
when we sprayed this side, we had to drive to Coleraine to get his sprayer and bring it in here. And use it
Right.
up. So it was just handier buying
Change
those
jobs. Where is
Aye.
this head sprayer?
in the storage container.
Okay.
Glad we got to the bottom of it.
Probably
So anyway, yes, she's
Full
got
of
in
back
and
yeah, that's a
Aye,
good job.
But it's been thriving since. But sometimes I still walk in and I'm like, I touch wood. Sometimes I still walk in and I'm like, oh, hi. This is our gym.
Because we came in last night to set up for today, and all the equipment was away. Normally, if it's out like the way you see it now, it looks smaller, obviously, because it's like the equipment's taking up room, but everything was gone last
All
night.
that stuff was in here, so we walked in there and it's
And it
like,
looked just so
whoa,
big,
that's
so much
massive.
open space.
Everything in there was in here yesterday.
Yeah. We put it all out last night for the class.
So we'd clean in there. We'd take everything in here and clean.
That's an awful inconvenience.
Sue's having to take in a water park.
But I have to do that once a year.
No, so our sweat sessions, we'd have all the equipment in here, and then there would be a big open plan where they do like our high rock style stuff.
But then we
Like, I'm not even joking. Everything's so heavy.
some of the
Like,
stuff is heavy.
Its entire purpose is to be heavy.
You see, we,
Even these boxes that we're sitting on, carrying them in this morning, they're heavy.
so like, and you see, we would leave out dumbbells for certain workouts, and like you're setting out 3 stations from 2.5 up to 30.
Here's me coming waddling along and like the third.
No, well, she's there cleaning whiteboards, and then she says, "You need a hand." I was like, "Yes."
Do you have a trolley or anything?
No.
just really
Just
sore lower
real-
backs.
Yeah. Just
Hence why I've been
determination,
stretching.
Why do you not put the whole rack onto wheels?
Wouldn't make too much sense.
Fair enough.
It's just
We have
certain ways
two
to make
different
it look
racks and 2 different style of dumbbells, and no one can tell the difference. And
good. We
they,
should try selling them other ones. You don't
they
get the
all
same
go.
ones.
So one dumbbells are meant to go here, and the other ones are meant to go here, but that's not. People don't put them back where they got them. It's real pet hate.
That seems to be all gym owners' pet hate, is that people don't
If
put
they were
their
all the
waist
same, you
back.
wouldn't mind so much, but they're not. They're different handles, and I'm like,
And then they throw them down. We're not even get into that. That's me going into your house and throwing stuff on your floor, just throwing it.
that's so mean. Doesn't they get like and they get destroyed the mats?
Well,
Right?
22.5.
Oh, the bags.
No, you know the dumbbells.
Oh, the dumbbells split?
Yeah.
The rubber split in a 22.5. Raging.
How did you see the person do it?
No. But if I did do it again,
Point your finger out.
it'd be like,
Hey, bye.
now. But no.
We had bad words with the rugby boy a couple weeks ago too.
Oh, I hammered them every time they do. I made them do the high rock.
They're a wee bit hot and
How'd they
heavy
get
on the
on?
machines,
Ah, there would be.
When
Yeah.
they killed them, I was like, I was like, I'll give you 3 more strikes if anyone drops any more stuff, and then within 2 minutes we were away rolling. They were
We're
raging.
dropping stuff.
They were raging.
How'd they get on?
I had here from day 1 to, or from week 1 to week 4. I had them for a 4-week block, twice a week. Big difference.
Really?
I think more confidence in actually executing the exercises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at the start they
Very-
were lifting like 5s. I was like, lads, seriously, like, you need to lift heavier. Helen Sutter's and they're smashing them.
Hell, Sutter.
What a woman.
A legend.
She's brilliant.
What a woman.
Auntie
She's
Hal.
so good.
And they, is she now, aren't
This is everybody's auntie at the gym.
And I just say one of those, just
Yeah.
say my auntie, and
Auntie Hal.
She's so lovely.
She's doing so well, you know.
She would do. Fair play there.
she's doing brilliant.
Only woman I know that can train that hard with a hangover. Oh, what did you?
Helen doesn't drink, does she?
That will be on the cutout.
Do you give everybody a cup?
Is it-
You're the
You're the second
second
person
guest
to
to get one,
Amma,
and Catherine was the first.
look at me.
We should buy them again and sell them if people want to buy them. Not like
Businesswoman.
members, not
if you're
not
selling,
guests.
if you're selling them for like £8, I'm gonna put mine up for sale for 7.
You sell it? No, you need a.
You're only
it
gonna
needs to
get
be like limited.
Like, for size, yeah. So we'll have to like
Dry
backdate
ropes.
everyone.
Sell
We'll get a
Dry ropes.
sharpie and we'll sign it for him.
We love our dry ropes at the Academy and all, and they're a great job.
Where'd
Where'd that come from? Did you say that?
yeah, we're selling them well up. Obviously, Splash is different, but people wear them watching sports and everything now.
They are so good. Like they.
We got Dunn's ones and just stuck logos on them.
I know, but they're great. Like.
Great job. I know a guy who could get you cheaper.
But no, yeah, we have to backdate everybody with the cups. So
But
you're
it-
the second person.
Anyway, so if you anything you want to say was coming up, anything to publicise or?
Oh, with the business?
No, even just your life.
Yourself?
Oh, just publicise my life.
Aye.
No, nothing publicised about my life. My life's fairly Groundhog Day. Just doing it. And seeing the
That's how you
next
say you'd be
stuff, yeah.
successful.
I'm going away tomorrow evening.
Where's he?
Enniskillen is the Manor House Hotel.
Oh, lovely! It's very, very nice.
Is
I've
it?
never been, but it's beautiful. Looks beautiful.
It looks real nice.
For a birthday treat.
No, I just want a night away.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Oh.
I know. No,
Well, have a lovely birthday next week, but this will be, and good luck with the showdown.
I do have a challenge for you.
What is it?
I have a raft race coming up. It's for charity, not for
And
profit.
on that bombshell.
It's not for profit. I would love to see Re Academy throwing a
team
raft
together.
it. Yeah,
How many people is in the
Do you have the raft?
between 4 and 6. No, you
have to
build.
build it.
Yeah,
Oh, do you not know him at all? Then come on, can't build a raft.
somebody could. Chrissy,
Or maybe. We'll ask him.
Sammy,
Tuesday running.
use Sammy as a raft.
That man's going on this weekend to run like 200 miles. I saw right run 4.17 mile every hour on the hour.
I had to run from where they were doing the training yesterday up to where they turned to make sure that they all turned in there.
That was enough for you.
And I thought I was going to die.
I was probably about the 0.17.
On that note, that's why he's going back to social rugby to learn how to run again.
Learn how to run again. I need to come into these guys as well.
Well,
Once
one
you
more
get to
coming
go
in.
ahead from.
I've got to go ahead.
you?
Yeah,
Do whatever you want.
I told the physio I'm not coming back, so that's me signed off.
I know, but when you speak to Teresa,
I did speak to Teresa.
what'd she say?
She was in fixing my back the other day.
Tell her to write a wee letter or send us a wee message and we'll be good to go.
So I need written permission from my physio before I can come to you.
We don't want to damage your shoulder.
No, just like what's wrong and what we need to avoid and stuff.
No, hon, let me see this.
Bang!
Aye.
That's me.
His shoulders laying on the
Sorted.
floor.
That's literally not one exercise that we do. Any.
Aye, but I couldn't do that a couple of months ago.
That's maybe in the
No,
morning,
no,
you know.
I couldn't. It was that day on. Whenever it was going out wide, it just got to about here. And that was
No,
finished.
Not a lot of reasons for that.
no, definitely. But in fairness, I could never do them.
I have a wee card I'll give you after. And are you going back to Teresa? Obviously, get strapped up something.
Well, she just happened to call up the house the other day, and I had a sore back, so she fixed me back, and then
You just get it and call the house.
I was next door neighbours with Teresa for years.
She's a good woman to know.
T-dog.
We will get that sorted though. Just
and we'll get-
do's and don'ts, you know.
And the deal was that if I went to the gym once, I mean, go scuba diving once,
That's true.
and that's my once. And now she's moved the bar. She says I have to do high rocks, and that's just,
Is this the ones now that you're in the gym?
yeah. There we are, sorted. I have been to the gym.
Okay, there's a wee bit of like fine lines around that there, but okay.
Might get her snorkeling for that, but not.
So on that is the end of episode 6. And if you would like to follow Michael, we'll put his wee
You're gonna
handle
tag me?
there.
I'm gonna put
Right
the
there.
Splash website and everything to book all the events.
And if you see him in Splash,
me
go
in
over
that.
and speak to the man. He loves a good conversation.
And he will
too busy.
sign
Flat on
your wetsuit.
I will.
Yeah.
I just to make sure you
'Cause
don't
he's
steal it. But chat to you all soon.
Fun.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Thanks, guys.